Well, hi everybody. This is Rick Banez from FredREIA, and I wanted to take a moment and share an experience that Anna and I had at a recent stay at a short-term rental in Bangkok, Thailand. As some of you may know, we went to Southeast Asia in 2023, and we like to take in all the local experiences, and of course, part of that is looking at how other people do business in the short-term rental space. And this was quite interesting, I'll say the least. So I'm going to take you through some pictures. I'm going to take you where we stayed and all that good stuff, so you can get a sense of what we look for and what we're doing when we're evaluating Airbnbs. So we were, like I said, in Bangkok in December of 2023. We were on the 27th floor. They had a pool. It was on the 31st floor, and we were paying about $75 a night. It's very, very, very affordable in Bangkok. Meals are like, compared to the US, oh gosh, I want to say 30 cents on the dollar. I mean, it's very affordable, very affordable. And so I'm going to take you through our experiences. This is a picture of the actual building that we stayed at, and the building was called Ashton Silo. So that's the first shot. All right, so you walk in the door, and they use Yale smart locks. It knows when you've left because it keys off the key card that you have to enter. And so there's a key card, and it tracks the location, and it's like it locks automatically behind you when you exit out of the room with the key card. You can see a side picture of the kitchen, but that's the front door as the entrance. And the ceilings were about, I want to say, 9 feet at least. Very tall ceiling. It was marketed as a 1-bedroom condo, but more of a studio, but it has the ability to make it into a 2-bedroom. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So here is a side view of the kitchen, so you can kind of see how they lay out the kitchen. They're very much into very efficient space living. So you can see there's no stove. They don't do dryers. They just do a washing machine. The fridge has a ice maker, but not how you and I think of an ice maker. They actually have a machine. How do you say it? You know, the versions of a tray that you might break, in the plastic trays that you fill with ice. Well, it's kind of like that, but they're built into the fridge or freezer section, and that you turn the knob and it breaks it the pieces in. So it's not automatic, but it's helpful. I don't think they do ice makers because of what we learned about their water quality. You can wash dishes, but you shouldn't drink the water, is what we've learned. This one was nicely outfitted. It was designed for 2 people. They had just servings for 2, place settings for 2 people. You might be able to see that in the previous. There's these black plates. I don't know if you can see my arrow, but there's 2 seats and 2 black plates. It has a bowl, a large silver dishware, as well as a medium-sized dishware. The refrigerator is not overly huge, but it's not, small. It's perfect for us. We were there for 3 days in Bangkok, and it's the perfect size for what we needed. This is as you walk into the front door, you walk inside 5 feet inside the front door, you can kind of get a sense of the wall-to-ceiling windows that you're exposed to immediately, as well as the bathroom. So the bathroom is right there in the center of the living space, and then the bedrooms are in this case, the 1 bedroom and then the family room are along the bank, the whole side of windows that encompass that side of the house, that side of the condo. You could tell the fixtures were very upgraded. Everything was very nice in the bathroom area. Not huge, by any stretch of the matter, but very functional. Tile, floor-to-ceiling tile throughout the bathroom area as well as in the shower area. What was unique about the shower area is there was a glass door that kind of separated the shower area from the bathroom area. And you can kind of see how they laid the shower right next door to the bathtub. So if you want to do a soaking bathtub, you could do that. The other thing that was unique that's really not captured here is the actual bathroom sunk down about 1.5 inches. So you'd actually step down into the bathroom. I'm not sure if you could see it. You might be able to see it from this picture, but there's a little guard. As we were going to the bathroom occasionally, we would step down. We're like, oh, there's that drop. But yeah, very, very nicely appointed. Everything that we needed. They provided soap, they provided laundry detergent, they provided hand soap, dish soap, basic necessities for our short-term stay. The linens were nice. There were no stains in the linens. And it was, you can see in the shower area, they provided body wash as well as hair wash as well, shampoo. So what was weird, and you could kind of see it, you might see these shades on the back of the tub. There were 2 large shades, and this is a glass window. You have the option of lifting that up if you wanted to and being able to look at the city while you're taking your bath. I don't know who would do that, but that's the option you have with this. And I'm going to show you as I tour around the other side of what I mean by the shades and the windows. There's a window there that you can actually take a bath and look out at the city skyline while you're taking a bath. Here is a picture of that family room. There was one balcony, and that's where we dried our clothes. So they don't do dryers, but they had a laundry rack, and that's how we dried our clothes. And the TV wasn't exceptionally large, but it was functional. The internet was fast enough for what we needed it to be, and it was fast. Definitely not a negative whatsoever. Interesting, the TV had, and I guess I'm not buying brand new TVs, but the TV had like a mouse feature where you could point it at the screen as opposed to you would just aim the remote like a mouse, and it had like a little light on it, and then you could push the button to move the mouse to where you want it to go, as opposed to using your arrow key on the remote. Pushing the buttons on the remote. So I thought that was kind of cool. Never seen that before. Maybe it's very commonplace in the U.S. I just haven't seen it before. But yeah, it was very modern, very spacious. The other thing that was kind of unique is there was a wall, and you could see on the right-hand side up in the ceiling a groove, a set of tracks, and there were 3 panels that allowed this room to become a 2-bedroom. And I'm going to show you on the next picture how you can close that. That's looking into the bedroom. So this is what I mean by kind of a studio. It can be an open floor plan, or you can close off the panels up in the ceiling and make it into a true 1-bedroom, and or with a family room, or make it a 2-bedroom. So you kind of have your options there. Here's the panels when they were closed, and of course when they're open, and you can kind of see what I mean by the bank of windows. The shades were actually great because they really hit a lot of light. The light there was pretty intense, and so I liked street light and the city lights. So I like the ability to have a very dark room, and those window curtains were perfect. Kept it very dark. In terms of the heating and cooling system, they had 2 mini splits with 2 different remotes, 2 different controls to allow you to heat and cool the units. You can kind of see the ventilation up in the top of the walls. But this is the window that I was telling you about that kind of encloses that bathroom area where you can take a bath and relax in the bathroom, but then lift the shades and look at the city while you're relaxing. So different strokes for different folks, but it is definitely it's kind of a unique feature, if you wanted to kind of keep it airy and open. you could put the shades up. This was our view looking out, right outside our balcony. And Bangkok is a very modern city. It's a lot of high rises. Here's another picture looking out at the skyline. I had a different concept or a different belief of what Bangkok is or was, but it's definitely a very modern city that has you know um, a lot of modern attributes. This was a rail station. They have elevated highways in Bangkok. Traffic is quite a problem, and their infrastructure is limited. They do have a underground, but they have elevated highways to get around. And what they do is they don't charge to be on the lower level. But if you want to get to your destination faster, just kind of like our Easy Pass, what they do is they build, um, I'll call it elevated highways, and they charge for being on the elevated highways, and it's much faster. And so when we were headed to the airport, the taxi asked us, "Hey, do you want to pay X amount to go faster to the, So we said yes. It wasn't that much, and he jumped on the elevated highway to get us to the airport. Probably about 10, 15 minutes faster. So it was a great experience. But let me tell you about some of my kind of pros and cons. Oh, here's a street view of down below. Where we could catch an Airbnb, I'm sorry, catch a cab. There, they don't do Uber, they do Grab car. And they even do Grab motorcycles. So this lady sitting on this motorcycle is probably just paying for this gentleman to drive her to her destination. So it's a very affordable option as opposed to taking a taxi, and it's much faster because traffic is such a bear. And so here are the pros and here are the cons that I took away, but I wanted to kind of share with you what these were. And it was a great location. My tour guide, Anna, as she did some great research, and the price was amazing. I want to say it was about $75 a night. It was very clean. It was very close to Chinatown, and I like that sliding wall. I just couldn't get over it. I was like, okay, this is a great way to turn a 2-bedroom or give a family room, and really keep it, instead of a studio, keep it into a 2-bedroom or a 1-bedroom with a family room. So love that. We had great communication from the host. And what I learned from the host, a couple of things, was he actually did not live in the area. So when we started quizzing him about questions about, hey, do they have Uber? The address isn't showing in Google Maps. Can you give us another address or another landmark? He is an expat. He does not live in Thailand. He, in fact, lives in China and in Beijing. And he owns this home. This is an investment property for him. And he owns this Airbnb or short-term rental. And so he had very good communication. But it was just interesting to learn that, here he is doing remote hosting, if you will. He's in an entirely different country, different city, and he's making it work. He had a woman that greeted us, and I guess that was my initial experience. Was this woman, Lynn, I think was her name. She was there to greet us and give us the key, and it wasn't a physical key; it was a key card. And she met us, and we were running behind because of traffic. So at first we said we're going to be there at 1 o'clock. It ended up being 2 o'clock. But she had such a great demeanor, a great smile. She met us. She wasn't complaining how late we came in. It was just the traffic was horrible. But it was we felt kind of an inconvenience to keep Lynn waiting for us since traffic was a bear. But this was a workaround because of the condo rules. So the condo rules, interestingly enough, don't allow short-term rentals, is what we think, or what we kind of took away, or what the guy said. The host communicated this in not so many words. He said that they don't allow short-term rentals. So we are his guest staying at his home, and that Lynn was the key to this making it happen. So Lynn met us in the lobby and brought us upstairs and walked us through working everything from the laundry to, the washing machine to, the air conditioning unit, and how to turn on the TV, just all the basics. Nothing, super hard. Not that we didn't need help on any of those things, but it was just nice that she was a smiling face and that she was able to help us. But the key was she was the workaround around these condo rules. And so she met us, handed us the car key, and that enabled us to get into the house. We were a guest, nobody stopped us. And we were at this place for, like I said, 3 days. Now, a couple other things that we did not learn or did not know was the pool was being repaired at the time, but that wasn't disclosed by the host. The host had great communication, but he didn't tell us the pool was. Now, were we going to swim? Probably not, but we were taking a look at it because we just wanted to see the views from the pool deck, and it was pretty cool. It was like an infinity pool, and it was pretty awesome being that high up. And the host just did not tell us that it was being repaired, but he may not have known. We couldn't drink the water from the tap. It's meant mostly just for washing, brushing your teeth or washing dishes or things like that. We have become very conscientious of the quality of our water, and so we're now using filters for our water and being very cautious about drinking water. So we bought water, but we also just tried to be mindful of whatever water we were drinking, whether it be brushing teeth or ice cubes, that we were either having water that we bought or not drinking it at all. A minor thing was the wall clock. Batteries were dead, and so that didn't work, but that was no big deal. The other big thing that I thought that the host should have had was a welcome guide, something in there to tell us how things worked. Lynn actually gave us the Wi-Fi code. She literally said, okay, take out your phone. I'm going to give you the Wi-Fi code. And that was kind of cool because she knew it off the top of her head, but we couldn't refer to anything. And if, so nothing in the welcome guide there was no welcome guide. So the location was unbelievable, though. We were very close to everything, walking distance. We walked to the mall. We walked to Chinatown. We walked to the flower market, and we took a tuk-tuk. And anyway, we just had an amazing time. But I want to say, with people are talking and analyzing whether they do midterm rentals or short-term rentals, we just took away some of these key learnings on how to either work around the condo rules and or things that a native would not know about the drinking water or the welcome guide. And again, it's just something that we have incorporated into our messaging and our communication when we're dealing with the client, because we're seeking that 5-star review at all times. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review. It was short and sweet, but it was meant to just kind of give you a glimpse of what's going on in other markets and other countries, and how Airbnb is just, international phenomenon. And anyway, just wanted to share some pictures with you. Coming up on Thursday, January 25th, we have our social, our meet and greet. So if you'd like to get to talk real estate and meet people, then definitely come to Wegmans on Carl D. Silver Parkway. It's from 6 to 8 on Thursday. It's the 4th Thursday of the month we do these meet and greets. And then online, the 2nd Thursday of the month, we are headed to online to do our education portion. That's on February the 8th. And if you ever want to see who's speaking and the details of the speaker, go to www.meetup.com and seek out FredREIA, because you can also go to FredREIA.com. Whatever you can go see who's speaking for the next couple of months. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and please let me know your feedback if you want to see more of these. And we will catch up with you soon. Thanks for joining. Take care. Bye-bye.